Just going to be totally honest with you. I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
You won't.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator or I don't make good points or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think honestly you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
you lick
sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What does that
You're
mean?
a fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did
daddies?
I just say? Dyke?
Your wife with the 3 baby daddies?
I'm sorry, dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to
Do the women that you try
show
to
your hatred against?
Do the women that you try
convince
to
them that they shouldn't?
You know, Charlie, did I bring
women? Do they know
Charlie?
that
Did
your
I bring
wife
your
is 5
family?
years older?
Did I bring any of your
You
family
called me
into
fucking
anything?
stupid.
Did I
You
say
called
anything
me
about
fucking
your
stupid.
family being stupid, Charlie?
You could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people
Okay.
on are bullshit because
Let's
you
go
are not a
through it.
traditional man.
Chuck.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before. You're a lesbian. You're a lesbian. You lick snooper. You snooper lick. You don't talk shit about my wife. Don't you dare talk shit about my wife.
So, from what I'm hearing, this guy is Red Pill Manosphere, and I'm guessing he may be a conservative Christian. I'm not sure. But he has a podcast, I guess, and he teaches young men and men that they shouldn't get with single mothers. They should not be stepdads. Women who have multiple children are ran through, and y'all know all the typical male bullshit. But yeah, he is crashing out because this woman is pointing out his hypocrisy. He has a wife that has 3 kids by different baby daddies. I'm guessing one is his because she said 3 different baby daddies. And I don't know if his followers do that or not, but the way he's reacting, I wouldn't think that they do. It's crazy. But let's get into what people had to say about this. I'm glad that Red Pill is being exposed, and I'm glad that more and more men are coming out saying that they left the Red Pill because they saw how toxic it was. And just like MAGA, nobody wants to be around toxic people if you're a male or if you're a woman. So let's get into what people have to say, and I'll be right back.
Video right here is currently going viral because this Red Pill Manosphere podcaster calls the woman that he's debating stupid, and she says that your wife has been married 2 times and she has 3 different baby daddies, and this man loses his mind, throwing up, crying, sliding down the wall, fighting the air, and saying all of this. Now, clearly what she said about his wife wasn't news to him, but it may have been news to his audience, and that's the real reason why I think he was so upset. So many of them jump online to discredit and disparage women, saying they're used up, washed up, leftover women after 35, but secretly they are with some of those same women. I think he got upset because the rhetoric that he has helped to promote isn't even a lifestyle that he lives by. Out of all the things he called her, he never called her a liar. So what's so disrespectful about the truth? Admitting that he's with a woman who has 3 different kids by 3 different men and has been married twice, it goes against his own personal brand. Instead of telling his audience that a woman's past doesn't define her, just like it didn't define his wife, he has to hold on to the lie that these women are supposed to be pure as the freshly driven snow. He's upset that the woman that he chose is probably going to be harshly judged by the men he has taught to harshly judge women. I think what he's most upset about is the hypocrisy in what he practices and what he preaches. But he didn't find a needle in a haystack. There are plenty of good women out there who've been divorced before or who have kids by more than one man. Clearly he knows that. But he's okay if his audience.
If you want to know how far the red pill is falling off and why this mentality is slowly starting to die out, look no further than the Andrew Wilson situation. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to see the clip, just look up Andrew Wilson meltdown. That's all you have to look up. That's all you have to look up. Because first off, I'm not even mad that that woman even said that. Because the first thing he messed up at, name call it. He said, well, I would teach you how I think, but you're just too fucking stupid to understand. And I'm like, in my mind, even as a man, I was like, why, what made you say that? Like, why are you getting disrespectful? So, you know what? She said, you want to go low? I'm gonna go lower. Tell us about your wife with 3 baby daddies that you married. It was game over. From that point on, it was game over. There was no point to even have the podcast going. Y'all should have just packed up the cameras, packed up the mic, packed up the table, and just fucking left. Because this man just got fucking cooked. Here's the issue with Red Pill. Red Pill ain't, I think the mentality ain't the problem. The mentality is when you motherfuckers who are extreme like him take it too fucking far. Like I always say, I supported the side of Red Pill where it taught men to respect themselves, have standards, and not let people fucking play with you. I agree with that part. But when you motherfuckers started treating women as if they are not human beings, that's when this shit got too far. The problem with the Red Pill influencers today is that they teach like these young men, oh, I value women are this, women are hoes, women are they're gonna do you dirty, and that you should only date women that are virgin and all that shit. And whole time, their entire personal life be a huge contradiction. Like, how are you going to give young men advice when your own fucking life looks like season 5 of a fucking drama series, bro? I feel like at that point, that man looks like he hates himself. Because how are you going to go on podcasts and say all this shit about women? But motherfucker, your wife is ran through, brother. I'm sorry. You can't go on the podcast. You don't have the right to talk about that anymore. Once you understand that not all, but most of these Red Pill podcast influencers are not living the life that they be preaching, that shit changes your whole perspective. Listen, all I'm saying is, if you are a young man with purpose, self-discipline, and self-respect, you do not need no color-coded ideology to tell you how to move, bro. Literally, all I think you should just do as a man, just be a good fucking human being, bro. And treat people how they treat you. I think that's the easiest way that a young man should live his life.
Andrew, what are you doing, man? You can't be the crude alpha male debate bro and then get upset the second someone says something personal about your wife. I don't think I would personally go there just man to man, but you can't be upset and surprised and have a complete meltdown when someone brings something like that up, especially when you've built your entire career off of insulting people. I think you won the debate overall, but the issue is people aren't going to walk away from this discussion thinking, wow, Andrew performed really well. They're going to walk away seeing clips like that and think, wow, he seems kind of hypocritical. I expect better of you, Andrew. My name is Corbin. Follow if you have a brain. If you don't, you're lost.
The piece of shit on the left is Andrew Wilson. He is an ultra-conservative, paleo-Christian, Orthodox of the Latter-day Saints of the Christian, of the Lily of the Valley of the Saints. I just made all of that up. The queen on the right is Charlene Kirkland. Now, I'm not going to watch the actual podcast or listen to it, but I did catch some clips. Now, he couldn't handle the way that she rage baited him into just losing his shit, that they had to call his wife, Rachel Wilson. Now, who's Rachel Wilson? Rachel Wilson is a reformed feminist Christian homeschooling mother of 5 who says... I'm sorry. She says that she's about faith, family, and activism. You can't make this shit up. These people are insane, and they are using the Bible and Christianity as
If I had to vote to nominate someone for the Rage Bait of the Year award, I would vote for that woman who said, Andrew, your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before, and sent that dude to his breaking point. Because no matter what you call somebody, it doesn't matter how bad you make fun of someone, nothing cuts a person deeper than just stating the truth.
Andrew Wilson calling that lady a stupid bitch and a dyke after she called him out for marriage.
No, because let's talk about something that y'all are not talking about enough for me. Why is it acceptable for a man to talk like that? Why is this being promoted on that side as the way that men ideally are supposed to be? How are these people Christian telling women to shut their stupid B mouth? Like, for me as a woman, that's alarming to me that they're trying to normalize being able to talk to women like that. That is verbally abusive. And he sat up there and tried to downplay what she said about Steven Crowder being an abuser. Talking about, oh, you have worse arguments before. No, the way you talk to people, the way that guy talks to people, he's verbally abusive. He can't make his point. He tries to beat the person down with shame and humiliation. And he's defending Steven Crowder because they try to act like unless you get hit, you're not abused. Even if somebody hits you, they're going to still stick up for them because it's still your fault. You're the woman. But they try to do that so that they have the ability to be able to yell at you, scream at you, call you names. The same way they're sitting up here talking about the left is out here amping up the rhetoric. They're sitting here talking to women like this. That's because they want to be able to do this and they don't want you to be able to do anything back. Like I always tell y'all, this manosphere stuff, this white supremacy stuff, this far right stuff is narcissistic behavior. It's narcissistic personality disorder in a group form. They're sitting up here trying to lecture you about respectability and values, but calling women all out of their names because they state a fact that they don't like. And y'all talking so much about, oh, girl, she flamed him. And we should celebrate her for flaming him. It's sad that the truth flames him, because really nobody on our side cares about people marrying somebody that had 2, 3, 4, 5 baby daddies. For real. That's your side. You're just a hypocrite on your side. But at the end of the day, why are you guys talking to people like that? Why are y'all speaking to women like that? Why are we normalizing people saying stuff like this to women and acting like it's not abusive? Let's talk about that too.
I just saw some dude named Andrew Wilson crash out on this lady. And I went into a dive on the manosphere. What are y'all listening to? What are y'all listening to? Because this is not... Things like that are not conducive. Like, I knew people were listening to Andrew Tate, which I have no idea why. But, like, none of that stuff is good. Like, it's insidious, it's evil, it's... Why are y'all listening to this shit?
Crazy is that if he had not reacted or overreacted in the way that he did, most people would not have even seen the video. Him crashing out is really what made the video go viral in the first place. Because bottom line, Charlie didn't even really say anything mean about his wife. She stated just facts, and she did it in a very calm and collected way. And yeah, he just felt embarrassed. But I think what's more important is that she shed a light on a lot of these like red pill type of podcast guys. They love to preach an ideology that they themselves do not even live by.
I feel like the primary reason why Andrew Wilson responded in the manner that he did when that lady basically told him about his life is because deep down inside, he has a strong level of resentment towards his wife and his living situation. Because think about it, you develop a whole social media identity of shaming women who don't live in a more conservative way. You feel what I'm saying? Regular. Knowing deep down inside, the same women that you preach hate towards, you secretly have a desire for. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's very important for individuals to live in their truth. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit tends to slap you in your motherfucking face and your guard ain't up. Now you sitting here reacting in a childlike manner with insults and things like that because you deep down inside hate your life. You hate the fact that you put a ring on that motherfucking lady finger. You hate that. You know what I'm saying? You hate the fact that you gotta wake up and you're reminded every motherfucking day that the lady that you chose to marry had 3 motherfucking children by 3 different men, and that goes against everything that you believe in and everything that you preach towards everybody else. You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is live in your truth. Live with it or let it go. Because yeah, you're gonna be angry at every individual that brings that up now. And until you acknowledge your part in this shit, and until you come to the realization that this message that you preaching is bullshit and it's a message that you can't even live by, yeah, you're going to be an angry motherfucker for the rest of your motherfucking life. And you think you grayed out now. You're going to be grayed and shriveled up in the next couple of motherfucking years. Because now as that information is out, everybody finna use that shit as a motherfucking dig. Because they know that's one thing that's going to trigger a motherfucking negative response from your goof.
Yeah, and shout out to the white woman that told that red pillar, Andrew, your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before, so I don't think you're... He got so mad, so triggered, but the best thing he could come up with was, yeah, well, you lick schniz. You said it like you don't, Andrew. You don't lick schniz? Y'all both don't lick schniz? There's only one schniz licker in this room? Y'all can't bond over the fact that you both sometimes tweedle-doodle-dee on a little cootie bird? Munch a little carpet? Come on now. How you gonna get mad when somebody states facts about your life back to you? They making an observation. Hey, so your wife has 3 baby daddies and 2 ex-husbands? Don't get mad. You must be insecure about it. You must not like that. You chose her though. That's your wife to have it to hold and all that. Don't get mad. Imagine somebody told me, hey Nate, your hairline's running away from you and your nose got a big booty. I'd be like, facts. Facts.
The thing about that red pill podcast guy getting exposed for for his hypocrisy was that he spends his entire podcast insulting women about being low value because they're single moms, they sleep with different men, all that crazy stuff. So when the other debater was like, aren't you married to a girl with 3 baby daddies? He crashed out. No one outside of this like red pill manosphere, MAGA bros said that getting divorced or being a single mom, having multiple baby daddies was a bad thing. They're the ones that are constantly harping and preaching that. It is literally a playbook from Project 2025 in like purity culture, essentially. Called them out. She's like, I don't even think you believe in what you believe, because if that was the case, you would have probably married or chosen a different partner. If you're going to be spewing hate in the world, you better be able to take it back as well. If not, you're going to be reacting like that guy, a toddler with a nervous system dysregulation.
Masculinity podcasts that have women as guests to debate them. The whatever podcast. It's just them verbally abusing women. It's just an excuse to bully and verbally abuse women on a camera. And young boys are eating it up. And they're thinking it's a solution to their problems. To just take their anger out on women. And we wonder why there's a male loneliness epidemic. It's right fucking in front of your eyes.
Nigga said, I can see I'm not gonna say you on my worldview. Hell no. She ain't say hell no. She was like, Andrew Wilson, what the fuck? Andrew Wilson, what the fuck is wrong with you? Andrew Wilson, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck wrong with Andrew Wilson? This nigga said, shut up, you stupid bitch. You'll talk.
Here's the thing. There's no argument that he could have made. Andrew Wilson has made his entire career this grift of just hating women and making all these pathetic little incels feel validated in the fact that, like, oh, it's not your fault that women don't like you. No, it's women's fault. He can't now turn back from that. Like, for a normal guy, we could just say something along the lines of, like, yeah, my wife has had kids with other guys. I love her. I think she really completes me. We love each other. We're a great relationship. All that fun stuff, right? The past doesn't matter. But Andrew, after years of saying that these are low-value women, really can't do that. Otherwise, he gives up his entire grift. His only other option, really, would have been to disparage his own wife and call his own wife low value, which not only makes him look pathetic to his little incel fans, but also kind of makes his wife mad at him, probably. So he was left with only one option. Have his wife fight her own battles. Something that he thinks women can't do anyways. And it was really funny to watch.
So this whole time, this man that was bashing women that were single mothers, saying that they were low-value women, saying that if you got divorced, like you weren't a good person, whatever. Whole time, the woman that he married had 2 marriages before him, and 2 kids before him, or 3, I don't even know. And then he's mad when that was pointed out. Whole time, that's not even a diss. The girl saying that wasn't even a diss. That's just facts. And he got irate. He was so mad. But why though? Is he mad? Is he mad that he dedicated most of his life to that and he feels like he deserves better, so now he's going on podcasts? Is that the issue? Because that's crazy.
Here's the thing. There's no argument that he could have made. Andrew Wilson has made his entire career this grift of just hating women and making all these pathetic little incels feel validated in the fact that, like, oh, it's not your fault that women don't like you. No, it's women's fault. He can't now turn back from that. Like, for a normal guy, we could just say something along the lines of, like, yeah, my wife has had kids with other guys. I love her. I think she really completes me. We love each other. We're a great relationship. All that fun stuff, right? The past doesn't matter. But Andrew, after years of saying that these are low-value women, really can't do that. Otherwise, he gives up his entire grift. His only other option, really, would have been to disparage his own wife and call his own wife low value, which not only makes him look pathetic to his little incel fans, but also kind of makes his wife mad at him, probably. So he was left with only one option. have his wife fight her own battles. Something that he thinks women can't do anyways. And it was really funny to watch.
To understand that men like Andrew Wilson are in like the reaction people are having to him getting humbled on his own show. That is the epitome of your movement and why we all laugh at you. Right? Because the insecurity on stage, the ability to get rage baited that quickly, the fact that you are so unable to control your own emotions that you can be that easily manipulated into damn near assaulting a person, because that man was so angry, I am surprised he didn't jump over the table, and I think the only reason he didn't is because he was on camera. Had that man been behind closed doors, I don't trust what he would have done. Because that's the thing you people really don't get, and I am saying you people because you are not men. You are immature boys at best. You have yet to leave the playground and you cannot grow up out of it. That's the problem. You men in your 30s and 40s and you're in these 50s, you red pill men who have abused women for most of your life, yet you want to try and wring out all these sob stories because you see, you tell everyone the stories about how women have done you wrong, but you conveniently leave out all of the years of abuse that you committed against women, because I'm going to tell you this right now. The average woman does not want to leave a 20-year marriage, right? The average woman does not want to leave a partnership she has invested in for 20 years. So why don't you actually start admitting some of your own faults? Because what these men are doing, they are attacking our young men. The amount of videos I have seen of grown men going on Omegle and going into chat rooms to intentionally talk to younger men to try and corrupt them and change them to be hateful people. That is the problem of all of this, is that not only are you hateful, immature, and unable to regulate yourself in any way, shape, or form, you can read all the philosophy you want to. You can act like a stoic man, right? You can be buff. You say you have discipline because you go to the gym frequently, but you don't work on yourself, period. If you can be upset that easily, no amount of discipline is going to make you grow up from that. Right? So that's the thing we've really got to get to the core of, is that when you are this deep in these movements, we don't care. When you bring up things like, oh, what about men's mental health? Hey, bud, you can work on your own mental health. Well, women don't care about men's mental health. Women are terrified to leave their houses to go grocery shopping. Women are terrified to interact with men, period, because of the violent outbursts we are continually seeing. Just this past week, a young woman lost her life because a man twice her age was jealous of her and beat her to death at work at 6 a.m. All right. So you want to know why people do not take anything you say seriously? Why women especially have such a negative view of men, and why women are so terrified of men? Why they always say, oh, I'll choose the bear over a man? Because of men like Andrew Wilson. Because he only exists because other men are not holding him accountable. So if you want to end up like a man, like being a man like Andrew Wilson, you want to end up being a weak man who in his 40s and 50s cannot even control his own anger over someone making a comment at him. While he's being recorded, he knew this was going to be posted, and he still did it. All right? So you want to be taken seriously? Grow the fuck up and start being an actual man. Start taking accountability for yourself and for the other men around you that you consider some of your closest friends, but you won't even speak up and say something to them when they say something horrendous, when they say something racist, when they say something sexist, when they actively go out of their way to inflame other people and make other people's lives worse. And you won't say something to him? I thought that was your closest friend. So now you are in the same boat as him.
So in the end, if her saying the truth about his wife is trash talking, that's just saying that he thinks that his wife having 3 kids by 3 different men is trash. He got that mad because he sees that as an insult to his wife when she wasn't really even insulting his wife. She was just telling the truth. But men are less emotional than women. This girl was so not emotional, and he was so over emotional about literally nothing but the truth. Like, you married this woman. How is that trash talking her? Because men see women with multiple kids by multiple different men as a bad thing for that woman. He even talks about it on his show. He sees that as a bad thing. But her bringing it up, either he might be embarrassed that he's actually married to a woman that he doesn't see as a good human for birthing children. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about this. And I will talk to you ladies later. Bye.